And you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good job.
Shauna Snyder there with the national anthem. Always does an amazing job. The voice sounds a little familiar. She's been singing that national anthem here at the Batesville Motor Speedway about as long as I've been alive. She used to be the announcer here. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time. We have got 18 locked into the 23rd Annual Schoenfeld Harris Mid-America Street Stock Championship. We got 3 B mains to determine 6 more. 2 transfer from each B main, 12 laps the distance. Here's your lineup for B main number 1. Starting on the pole in the Schoenfeld Headers STI Trucking, number 43 out of Van Buren, Arkansas is going to be Dennis Schoenfeld. To his outside, just came a couple laps short of picking up a transfer spot last night. The Wells Shavers Incorporated 99W out of Morrilton, Arkansas, Edwin Wells. Inside row number 2. And the Philpott Auto Care 525 out of Greenwood, Arkansas is going to be Heath Philpott. To his outside, the Hammett Construction A to Z Signs and More number 29 out of Brooklyn, Arkansas, Keith Hammett. Inside row number 3, looks like a scratch for the 88 of Jason Winkle out of Seneth, Missouri. So it's going to be out of McKenzie, Tennessee. The Nelson Farms, number 78 of Marlon Cathy. To his outside will be the Jarrett Ferris, number 12 out of Maynard, Arkansas, of Justin Jarrett. Also out there in the Phipps Chassis L7 out of Pecola, Oklahoma is going to be Ray Phipps. We got a couple more scratches here. The 18 of Brock Love, the 35 of Johnny Coates, and the 115 of Brandon Smith. So we'll have 7 of the 12 cars. Winkle and the Keg 1 of Jeremy Russell, also a scratch there. Don't think we have any more coming. They got one coming through the pit area. That's Brandon Smith. Brandon Smith pulling double duty this evening, running a street stock, trying to get in the 21st Annual Schoenfeld Headers Mid-America Street, or 23rd Annual Schoenfeld Headers Mid-America Street Stock Championship. He has been mighty close to picking up one of these feature wins. Has struggled a little bit in the street stock lately. Caution light is out. Here we go. 12 laps the distance. Going green this time by 8 cars. 2 transfer. Everyone else going back on the trailer watching from the pit area.
It's those hooligan races we talked about, Wesley Waltney. It's going to be a good one.
Anything can happen here. Dennis Schoenfeld, the little Camaro that could. Going to be on the pole. Edwin Wells, he's someone who can come from deep in the field and win this whole thing if you don't watch out. He's going to be outside row number 1. Heath Philpott, Keith Hammett, Marlon Cathy, Justin Jarrett, Ray Phipps, Brandon Smith. 12 laps the distance. 2 transfer. Green flag is in the air for B main number 1. Edwin Wells with the early jump. He'll lead him to turn number 1. Here comes Keith Hammett now. Hammett going to look to the outside of Dennis Schoenfeld. Try to cross him up. A little bit of contact. Bumper cars going on. That's a car almost around Marlon Cathy, but we're still green. Edwin Wells already starting to check out, has a 5-car length advantage. Who's going to lead lap number 1? Hammett and Schoenfeld fighting it out for the second and final transfer position. Wells leads lap 1 down, 11 to go. Keith Hammett, Dennis Schoenfeld. Hammett up the speedway, they'll make contact. Schoenfeld tries to cross him over, gets a great run down the back straightaway. Hammett going to be stuck on the top now. Schoenfeld on the bottom. Justin Jarrett, Ray Phipps, Heath Philpott, Brandon Smith, Marlon Cathy, all going back on the trailer if they don't make something happen now. 2 down, 10 to go. B main number 1. Keith Hammett in the second and final transfer spot. Edwin Wells leads.
Well, this race is underway in the early going. And out in front is going to be the field exiting off of turn 4. The number 99, I believe, of Edwin Wells hitting his marks. We got one car off the pace down the front straightaway. He's in the back of the pack, but Wells will still lead the field full speed down the back straightaway, going to 3.
Edwin Wells dominating right now, made the top side work for him last night, doing it again this evening. Him and Keith Hammett have separated themselves. Wells currently has about a 8 car length advantage over Hammett. Hammett about 8 car lengths ahead of Dennis Schoenfeld. 4 down, we're a third of the way through this one. 8 to go. 4 down, 8 to go here in B main number 1 this evening. Edwin Wells currently leads. Keith Hammett starting to eat away at that lead, one bite at a time. Dennis Schoenfeld about to have some cars behind him. There goes Ray Phipps around. Ray Phipps bringing out the caution flag.
That's right.
He goes around in the Phipps chassis L7 in Pecola, Oklahoma. That'll be our first caution of the evening as we have 5 laps in the books, 7 to go, and we get them refired. Delaware double file restart. You said it's the hooligan races.
Yes.
Anything can happen with these. And these restarts are an example of that.
That's what I call them. Yes, sir, because it's your last chance to make it in. If you don't put up or shut up, as they say, make those final spots to get in, you're done. You're on the trailer. You're out of the Schoenfeld Header second annual, mini stock nationals, and of course this street stock event for $10,000 to win. And I've been here since about 3:30 this afternoon in the pits, Wesley, and there's been a lot of work going on. These crews have been working hot and heavy on these cars, making whatever adjustments they need. This is it for those that are in those B mains. You've got to, for the ones that made it in from those grueling 20-lap 6-heat races last night that were in the top 3, they slept easy last night. You do the math. 3 times 6 is 18. So for 18 drivers, you're exactly right. They slept comfortable. For these other guys, this is pressure right now.
Exactly. I've seen a lot of guys working on their cars. Tommy New basically rebuilt his car. We'll see him in a B main here in just a little bit. He's in B main number 3. He's going to have to come for the back of that caution line as out. Delaware double file restart. Edwin Wells will lead the field. It's going to be Keith Hammett and Dennis Schoenfeld going to be fine for that second and final transfer spot. And we get them refired. Justin, Jarrett, Heath, Philpott, Brandon Smith, Marlon, Kathy, Ray Phipps. Wells plays a little bumper cars with them. Fires off. Green flag back in the air. Hammett going to clear the 43 of Schoenfeld. Here comes Justin Jarrett on the top side. 5 laps complete, 7 to go. Schoenfeld up the track, makes contact with Smith and Philpott. Justin Jarrett on the outside looking in now. The 29 of Keith Hammett. Hammett just trying to pull away as much as he can from the battle for the transfer position. He is all over the back bumper of Edwin Wells, though. The winner of this one starts 19th in the night's feature event. Edwin Wells down the back straightaway going to have about a 3 car length advantage over Keith Hammett. Then it's about 4 car lengths on back to Justin Jarrett, 3 back to Dennis Schoenfeld, and about 2 car lengths back to the 525 of Heath Philpott. It's going to be a long drive back to Maynard. It's only about an hour and a half to Maynard, but it's going to be a long drive if you don't make the show. Right now, Hammett pushes up the track. Here comes Justin Jarrett. Hammett has to get on the binders not to hit Wells in the battle for the lead. Hammett might have just cost himself a transfer spot if he doesn't get on the loud pedal now, as we have 7 laps complete, 5 to go, 7 down, 5 to go here in B main number 1 of the 23rd annual Schoenfeld Mid-America Street Stock Championship. Car off the pace.
Against the wall. Yeah.
That's the 115 of Brandon Smith. Not the way he wanted, right rear tire down on that machine, but we're staying green, so he's going to go back on the trailer. Tough luck for him. He's going to have to hope for one of them 4 provisionals of a lucky draw or bid for a spot in the night's event. 9 down, 3 to go. Battle for the lead once again. Hammett trying to make something happen on the 99W of Wells. Phipps almost gets on the wall. He's currently running in the 6th spot. Justin Jarrett, Dennis Schoenfeld find it out for the 3rd position. Still going to be 1 outside of a transfer spot. Hammett and Wells. Wells has him at the line. 2 laps to go here in B main number 1.
Look at these guys going door to door, exiting off of turn number 2. 1 minute it's Wells. Next minute it's Hammett. They go into the corner. Now it's going to be Wells one more time, pulling up on the outside lane. They'll come to the line. And now check that. It is Keith Hammett out in front. White flag goes in the air. 1 more lap to go. We're taking 2. Bring them home, Gwaltney, for the final time.
Keith Hammett going to have about a 2 car length advantage over Edwin Wells. Those will be your transfers right now. Schoenfeld and Jarrett fighting it out. They want a chance at one of those provisionals, but they really want in. They ain't going to get there, though. Your winner of B main number 1. And the Hammett Construction A to Z signs more. Number 29 out of Jonesboro, Arkansas is Keith Hammett. Coming home second and final transfer from B main number 1, the Edwin Wells Chevys Incorporated number 99W out of Morrilton, Arkansas, Edwin Wells. So Wells and Hammett make it in the night's feature event. Everybody else going to have to hope for one of those 4 provisionals. We'll have to see how that plays out later on in the evening. So we have 20 now locked in, still to get 4 more from these B mains, and then our 4 provisionals later on. But B main number 2, a lot of heavy hitters in this one. The man who started on the pole of last year's Street Stock Championship. And the Rock Car Powder Coating Yeatman Racing Engines number 1 out of Atwood, Tennessee is TJ Herndon. To his outside in the Ricks Used Auto Sales number 60 out of Fort Smith, Arkansas is Chuck Knight. Inside row number 2 out of Sedalia, Missouri, a modified standout in Missouri is Terry Schultz. And to his outside, the Children's Trucking 4P of Jared Hayes out of Jonesboro, Arkansas. Inside row number 3 out of Waynesville, Missouri, the 54D of the Lucas Oil Speedway Street Stock Point champion David Hendricks. To his outside should be the Rich Fountain, Missouri native of Matt Becker. He is not making the call. So that'll move the 44 of Chris Mosier out of Melbourne, Arkansas, on the M&M Farms number 44M. Inside row number 4, finished second in the final point standings here at the Batesville Motor Speedway. The McKaiser Pipeline number 54 out of Searcy, Arkansas is Brandon McCabe. Inside to his outside should be the 1T machine of Terry Brooks, who finished third in the final point standings this year. And rounding out the field in the Slater Race Cars 19S out of Muskogee, Oklahoma is Kyle Slater.
Well, there you go. There's the lineup.
Looks
Another
like
12 laps.
Yep.
Another 12 lap B main. Coming up, we're taking the top 2. The top 2 transfer. You do the math. We took 16 in last night from the heats.
18.
18. 6 times 3 is 18. Then you had the 3 B mains here tonight, so that'll be another 22, 24 spots, and then you got provisionals.
Here we go. TJ Herndon, Chuck Knight going to fire off. Herndon does not fire well.
Got a lot of numbers in my head today.
I'm
Been keeping
not
up with a
sure
lot
if
of
he's
college
gonna throw
football.
the green. I don't think we're going to go green.
No go.
We never wave the green flag or turn the light on. Going to have a retry at that one.
No go.
It was a good start for Knight.
Hold on. There they go.
There goes the 30 of Terry Schultz getting the short end of the stick. He goes around in that pink and black machine. A lot of respect for having a pink race
they're
car
nice
out there.
people right there. Yeah, I hung out with them earlier this afternoon in the pits. Nice people.
Terry Schultz out of Sedalia, Missouri. He starts inside row number 2 here. Right now, he's on the back straightaway all by himself. He's going to have to wait for the field to catch up with him, and then we'll go green. Going to try a complete restart here for B main number 2 on the evening. Terry Schultz got to wonder if there was any damage to that 30C machine. Also got to wonder if Jared Hayes experienced any damage. He was right behind Herndon. Herndon has some left rear damage to that left rear quarter panel. That might be cutting down a tire on that one machine. I don't know if it's rubbing or not. He didn't stop to check with track officials, so he must feel pretty safe about it. But here we go. Caution light is out. B main number 2. TJ Herndon out with Tennessee. Chuck Knight out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. Terry Schultz out of Sedalia, Missouri. Jared Hayes out of Jonesboro, Arkansas. David Hendricks out of Waynesville, Missouri. The 44M of Chris Mosier out of Melbourne, Arkansas. Brandon McCabe out of Searcy. Terry Brooks out of Batesville. And Kyle Slater out of Muskogee, Oklahoma. 9 cars, 12 laps. 2 transfer. Everyone else watching from the pit area. Herndon will set the pace. Hoping for a much better start this time. He will fire off turns 3 and 4. The Atwood, Tennessee native gets us going in B main number 2. Herndon going to lead him into turn number 1.
Take number 2. They're underway. Green flag of the whole shot's going to go to the outside lane of Chuck Knight. He'll jump out about 2 car lengths over Herndon in second. Sitting in third on the outside's Mays as they'll exit off turn 4.
TJ Herndon holding the advantage. He's going to lead lap number 1. 11 laps to go here in B main number 2. Chuck Knight currently running second. Terry Schultz, Jared Hayes on the outside looking in, along with the 44M of Chris Mosier and the 54 of David Hendricks. Hendricks able to get it done at Wheatland, Missouri this year, but can he get it done in Locust Grove, Arkansas? He's got a long way to go to get there. Here comes Terry Schultz looking for the transfer spot. He takes a little peek to the inside of Chuck Knight. Said, no, wait a little bit. 2 laps complete, 10 to go.
And then go back into 1 and 2. And how about the man in the pink car getting back up on the high horse of Terry Schultz, the pink and black car. Got tongue-tied there for a minute trying to get by Chuck Knight. Meanwhile, that's for the transfer spot. TJ Herndon in car 1 leads them into turn 1 and 2, but about almost half a car length off the field, or half a corner, that is, off into turn 3 now.
Yeah, TJ Herndon has about a half a straightaway advantage over Chuck Knight. Then it's about 5 car lengths back to Terry Schultz. Schultz might have used up them tires a little bit too early, or showed his hand just a little bit early, because here comes Jared Hayes now. Hayes, a regular in these big street stock events, is looking for his first feature win of 2018 here at Batesville Motor Speedway. Not able to do anything just yet, but he is closing in quick on Schultz. As we have 4 laps complete, make it 5 down, 7 to go as TJ Herndon crosses the line. And Chuck Knight in the second and final transfer spot right now with Schultz and Hayes fighting it out for third.
So the field goes back into corner number 1. It's Herndon out in front, down the back straightaway. Leading the way. Second spot clearly is now Chuck Knight. Battle going on for third. Terry Schultz clears the machine of Jared Hayes. Moser in the top 5, and the laps are winding down. We're halfway home. 6 down and 6 to go. A great battle going on in the back of the rears. 3 wide as they dive into turn 1.
Kyle Slater made some noise in the Arkansas Spring Nationals night 1 and 2. Drove from the back of the field a couple times. He won in the night's feature event. That's $800 to start, $10,000 to win as we have 7 down, 5 to go. Slater going to try to make the top side work on Mosier. Hendricks breaks into the top 5 now, and Chuck Knight got some company. Here comes Terry Schultz. Here comes Jared Hayes. They're only going to have 5 laps to get there as Herndon crosses the line. It is 8 laps complete and 4 to go. B main number 2, Chuck Knight of Fort Smith, Arkansas, going to have to hold on because here comes Sedalia, Missouri's Terry Schultz.
Well, the laps are winding down. While that happens, Herndon is gone. The interval is almost 5 seconds or more. He's crossing the line now. 3 to go now. Here comes second, third, and fourth right there in the crosshairs of Knight, Schultz, and Hayes, and that battle heats up in 1.
9 laps complete, 3 to go here in B main number 2. TJ Herndon fully in control of this one. Chuck Knight got about 2 callings on Terry Schultz, but Schultz closing in quick.
Here he comes.
He drives in deep in 3 and 4. Drag race to the line. Knight that time